Hello guys and welcome back. Now, one of the reasons we love computers so much is that they can do things for us. They can either help us or do things entirely of their own choice. Now, today we're going to talk about these things and how they help the world. So, firstly, pilots. Did you know that the autopilot on a plane can take off and land the plane perfectly? Any conditions, any weather, any problems out there, it will solve in a matter of seconds. Great, you think? Okay. Now, why then, though, do humans bother to land and take off? And the answer is simple. Because you have to do a certain number of takeoffs and landings every month in order to keep your pilot's license. Scary. But automating routine tasks like taking off and landing is done more consistently, more accurately, and often better by a computer. So, pilots in aviation is one area which is fast becoming entirely automated. However, there is one going faster. Currently, most futurologists predict that the field or job industry which is likely to be entirely reliant on computers in the next 5 years is, drumroll please, doctors and medicine. Now, computers are far more precise and accurate than humans are. So, computers can carry out far more precise operations to a far greater degree of accuracy and consistency. They can save and store operations from our patients, and they are able to do it with far smaller cuts and far simpler operations, which makes patient recovery much easier. Operations like open heart surgery, which go back 20 years ago, left you with a huge scar on your chest, not to mention a very long, very dangerous operation, and needing a very long hospital stay to recover, can now be carried out as day surgery by inserting a long, flexible robot into a vein in your groin. So, technology is taking over medicine because it allows a far higher degree of precision than humans can do. So far, humans being involved in technology is generally seen as a good thing. This boundary though starts to blur a bit when we get to letting the computers run themselves. Effectively, we take the human out of the control process for most cars, or for most operations. So, over the last few years, Google has had self-driving cars driving around the streets of California. They've covered hundreds of thousands of miles, and so far they have had no major accidents. There have been a few minor accidents, but most of these have been caused by people reversing into the Google car, which we can hardly blame on the Google car. So, these have shown that it's possible to program a car to understand its environment and react to it appropriately. These, though, is a relatively simple and relatively non-threatening problem. However, many states in the world have got formidable issues with letting a car not controlled by anyone loose on its streets, which we're going to discuss in a minute. So this is a simple, friendly, relatively soft and cuddly example of artificial intelligence. This, though, is not. In case you don't know what this is, guys, this is a drone. This is a warplane, in this case an American one, which is flown over difficult or hostile areas. It, though, doesn't have a pilot. The pilot of this plane is sitting back in an office in Lincolnshire with his feet up, sipping a Diet Coke and controlling this device through his joystick. Now, a device like this can fly thousands of miles around the world and carry out operations to kill or destroy targets. Now, this is handy and helpful because making a plane which can keep humans alive is a complex thing, whereas making a drone which merely has to stay airborne and drop a bomb is not quite so complicated. Now, what would happen though if these drones were told, okay, you're going to fly to this location and drop your bomb on this place here? Suddenly, we have robots flying to places and making decisions about what, where, when and how to kill humans. Does this remind you of anything? Yep, if you've seen the 1980s, 90s and 2000s Terminator films about robots taking over the world, you are seeing robots being given the power of life or death over humans. Now, this is a big and very complicated question. Indeed, lawyers and judges will spend decades arguing about the principles of this. I don't intend to go into those arguments now. All I will say, guys, is that in your 9-mark questions on topics about the legality, ethicality and morality of such things, you should debate the idea from both angles, but your own opinions are as valid as anyone else's are for the moment. Okay? So, our automated decision making is beneficial and is controlled entirely by a human. This makes it simple and easy to implement. Artificial intelligence, on the other hand, is controlled and done entirely by a computer, which makes it very difficult and complex to develop in the human sphere. Okay, so thank you for listening and have a great day. Adios.